Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today, the 1st of February. So, pretty interesting day yesterday. We have got a massive pin bar off the structure we were looking at yesterday, which is 33,572 and 33,519 were the two areas we need to look at, and you can see that was this tail here, and then just above it is another tail over here, which quite a bit of interaction there. So nothing much to read into it at the moment. There are still, for me, this is still barbed wire with tail to the upside, tail to the downside. This little signal here is very strong, but with the Feds coming out this afternoon or this evening, my time, with their little song and dance, this could be a trap. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Now, if you look to the left, you can see quite a bit of interaction at this area where we are now. So if I just put that level in there, you can see all these tails on that level, all these fractals that are rejecting it or finding support there. So just keep it in the back of your mind. One thing that's in our favor is the moving averages are pointing to the upside. Oscillators are not giving us any indication. And one thing that you do need to bear in mind is on the monthly, we have a monthly crossover of the moving averages now. And the oscillators are starting to cross over. They are separated a bit and pointing up. So this is a big monthly consolidation triangle. Look at that. There's the top. There's the bottom. And the reality of this is you would be well advised to ignore all the noise and focus on price. If you read any textbook, you will see that that is a solid move up, that is a consolidation, and the probability of the break to the upside is higher than the probability of the break to the downside. And the second thing that you need to be very wary of is you have a double top or double bottom neckline here. You've broken through a flag. Look at it on the monthly, you've broken through the flag. There's your triangle. Area of strong support and resistance. Look at my oscillators here. Everything pointing to the upside. So if you look at the monthly and weekly, this is looking like an opportunity to start scaling in your long-term portfolios. So why these charting programs can't just hold the high all the time. Anyway, there it is. That's the top trend line. There's the bottom trend line, big triangle. Lots going on in here, lots of structure, as you can see by the noisy chart right now. So we start drilling down through the time frames. You can see this week has been a big down, big up week, and this is a fairly solid day yesterday. Massive move to the upside. As I say, it could be forming a trap. Anything's possible, but it could also just be, pulling in all the bears, getting ready to start triggering stops, which should be sitting above this trend line here. Okay, so on the hour, which is what we're looking for today, yesterday was a little bit of a messy setup. You can see it's looking like a rejection of this area. It was looking really interesting. We got the pin bar off the structure here, so there was a fairly decent opportunity above the pin bar with the stop below. That's 104 point stop loss, and even if you just aimed at this level here, that would have been 196 points gain. So that was fairly strong. So we are back above the moving averages at the moment. We are grouped to the upside, which is an indication we're getting a little bit tired, which makes sense because you do have overhead trend line resistance here. But if we just drop down to the 15 minutes, have a look here. So during the European session, continuing down until we got onto structure with the moving averages. And bear in mind, the bigger trend is up. So, it's always worthwhile taking these trades. Got through the moving averages, came back to test the break here, and it's also the structure. If you look to the left, you can see there's a bit of a 15-minute structure. Got through, hung around here by the 155, which it normally does. Whenever it gets to 155, it tends to look for direction and then got going. Went very strong into the close. So obviously that's earnings driven that. And earnings season has been fairly strong at the moment. A lot of positiveness, and not although retail sales were down over December, the earnings have been fairly positive. So anyway, read into it what you want to. My advice is don't even bother with the noise. Ignore it. Ignore all the data. Ignore the noise. Focus on price. Price is the only thing that's going to keep you sane. So what am I looking to do today? So early session, possibly look for some structure, but I think you'd be wiser to trade the DAX rather than the US market. Let the Feds come out this afternoon with their nonsense, and then we should get the clearer picture for the rest of the month. So the data that so far has been up and down all over the place. There's still more data today, and we've got non-farm payrolls later this week on Friday, and we have some more data tomorrow. And I think we've got a really big earning week coming up either today or tomorrow, where most of the FANG stocks are going to come out on the same day. So I am sitting on hands at the moment, but I am optimistically bullish right now. It's just looking at what we are seeing on the higher time frames. It's been a bit of a mess last week, not really getting direction. So this week started off the same, but if we can start holding the structure that we have here and break this trend line to the upside, it's going to be an indication for long. So this area here is actually what I'm looking at. So I'm looking for a clear break. Ideally, I'd be looking for a break for a retest of 34,291. Reject that level, come back and find support here. So that would find support on the trend line break and on horizontal resistance would be a great area for longs. But I'd want to see price go past, come back. That would be my opportunity for the longs there. So until we get that set up, which is possible today, I am not going to jump in just for the sake of jumping in just yet. Other thing that could happen is we could pull back onto this area here at 33,815 for an opportunity to buy into it. But if that does happen, I'm going to look at it as a range. I'm not interested in ranges. I want to see a break of structure, and there is a much bigger picture here. So this is a weekly bit of structure. And if you look at the 8-hour, very possible that this continues. A bit of a pullback and then a decent breakup. And that's going to break through this noise, which is going to give us the opportunity to get some long-term trades in, or medium-term trades, should I rather say. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm waiting for with anticipation. I'm not really interested in trading 5 and 15-minute charts on this right now, because if we do get the breaks that we want, you're probably going to see it getting back into a reasonably good uptrend, and that's going to give us the opportunity to trade and add positions to that trade. So rather leave them in than taking them out every day. So just keep adding your daily trades to the structure that you see. Anyway, that's it for me today. Hope it helps somewhat, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Stay safe. Cheers for now.